Okay, at this point, we all know that I take things and turn them into other things. It's kind of my thing. You know, taking wheat and turning it into a turkey, taking hearts of palm, turning it into lobster. Well, today I'm going to take tofu and turn it into ribs. Hey guys, I'm Candace the Edgy Veg, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like these videos where I take something and turn it into something else, you know, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any requests, you can leave those in the comment section down below. So I'm super excited because today's video is sponsored by Towtronics. They sent me this awesome air fryer. You guys know how I feel about air fryers. They are just perfect. So I'm gonna show you how to take tofu and turn it into vegan ribs in an air fryer. So I am going to use tofu as this base. I just figured that it was something that everyone has access to. It's really simple to use. It kind of just tastes the flavor of whatever you cook it with. So I thought that this was the perfect, oh, and you can slice it the right way. So I thought that this would be the perfect base. We are going to make our own special rib barbecue sauce. And everything I'm going to do will be in my Towtronics air fryer. I'm also going to show you the quickest, easiest 1-minute broccolini recipe that I love to serve on the side of this. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is make my barbecue sauce, which also is the marinade. So I guess really I'm making a marinade that I'm going to turn into a barbecue sauce. The reason I'm doing this is just it's easier, so we love that. And you can just make it with pretty basic ingredients that you're going to have at home. So to that, I'm going to add some ketchup. You don't have to make your own barbecue sauce. You can use store-bought barbecue sauce. I kind of flavored this in such a way to give it more of that rib-like taste. That was vegan hoisin sauce, soy sauce, vegan Worcestershire. If you don't have vegan Worcestershire or access to vegan Worcestershire, you can just leave that out, it's fine. Vinegar, and then our spices. We have paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and poultry seasoning. Oh, and mustard powder. All right, whisk that until it's completely combined. All right, so we are doing this with 2 things of tofu. I like to use extra firm. You could also get away with firm, but I would definitely not use medium or soft because it's not going to work. So the way that I like to slice these is just in rib-like slices. You want it to be thick enough that you can fit a skewer in it to hold everything together, so don't make it too thin. Also, if you're looking at my hands right now going, Candace, why are they so orange? I got in a fight with some self-tanner, so I'm aware that they are orange, and I'm quite embarrassed about it, but here we are. And this is why I mixed the sauce directly in this container here, because it has more of a flat surface area, which, you know, makes it a lot easier to cover the tofu completely. For your tofu, you want to make sure that you press it. You can use a tofu press, that's what I used, or you can put like cast iron pan on top of it and just let it sit there for about 15 minutes. Definitely press it for 15 minutes minimum. What's going to happen is it's going to push all that liquid out, and then that turns the tofu almost into like a sponge so that it sucks up the marinade. Okay, so I've just transferred the tofu into another pan here because I'm going to cook down this into a nice barbecue sauce. So that's still marinating here, one on top of the other, and we're going to cook that with some brown sugar. So I find using a rubber spatula is just the easiest way to get all of that sauce out. If you like your ribs like super saucy, you can always make more of this, but I think this is actually just the perfect amount of sauce. Bring that to a simmer and add some brown sugar. All right, so after you have marinated your tofu, and obviously with tofu, the longer you marinate it, the better. I like to do it overnight, so it's a good make-ahead recipe, and then you just have to come and, you know, cook it. And you're barely even cooking it because you're using your Towtronics air fryer. Okay, so I have these skewers. They're just your regular skewer. Do make sure that the skewer is not too big for your air fryer. I mean, you can always, you know, cut it in half or whatever, but what I'm going to do, feed the skewer through the tofu and then repeat. You can also, you know, do them both at the same time and then just, you know, spread them out accordingly. All right, so you'll have something that kind of looks like that. So the other way that you can do it is just by cutting that tofu in half like that, and just make sure that it's covered, and then skewering those. It all depends on how big your air fryer is. This one is so big, it's so handy. And then you can go like this and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to be cooking these ribs in my Tautronics air fryer. This thing is amazing. If you do not have an air fryer, you definitely need to get one. I find this has actually made my cooking speed up. Like I can cook a lot faster. There's minimal cleanup. You can cook with just a little to actually no oil at all. So if that's something that you're concerned about, this guy is awesome for that. So it also takes the guesswork out of cooking. There's this awesome like settings system here. So if you want to make, you know, French fries or vegetables, you can just click on those. Like you can select those and they have the different time settings and temperature settings. So that's all ready to go for you. So you don't really have to think about it very much. The other thing I love about this guy is how gigantic it is. It's so big, so you can feed an entire family. For me, sometimes, you know, I'm lazy and I want to make French fries and veggie nuggets. I can put the French fries and the veggie nuggets right in the 6-quart little tray here, and I don't have to do it twice or wait for it. Also, like I said earlier, it really cuts down on the cleanup you have to do when you are cooking. You can easily, you know, wipe down the inside or put it in the dishwasher because it's dishwasher safe. Just snap them out. Okay, I like to have a little bit of crispiness to my tofu. So I'm just going to, I mean, you can do this in like a flour sifter or whatever, just sprinkle it on with your fingers, but I'm just adding a little bit of cornstarch. And then if you do get, you know, too much, you can just, with your finger, with your washed finger, or, you know, a pastry brush, just kind of work that in. And then you get kind of this like nice uneven crispiness that kind of mimics that barbecue texture. Okay, now just add your skewers. You want to cook these at 375 for 8 minutes, and then take them out, flip them over, and cook them again for 8 minutes at 375. While our tofu is cooking in the air fryer, I'm going to prep our side. It is a delicious tahine. Why am I saying it like it's tahini? A delicious tahine broccolini. You can also just do this with regular broccoli if you want to, or really any vegetable. But I'm only going to use 1 tablespoon of olive oil because this air fryer circulates it, which is great. So you don't have to use as much oil in your recipes. Some minced garlic, nutritional yeast. It gives it a nice like crispy coating, and then give that a little toss. Add the rest of your nutritional yeast, and then of course your tahine. And look at that. It's all done, just in time for our broccolini. So for our broccolini, you just toss it right in here. I like to line the bottom, and then with the broccolini I do a little bit on this side and a little bit on the other side with like the tree looking side of it. Because of the air and how it circulates, you get even cooking every time, which is more than I can say for my oven. So that's awesome. And then I'm going to cook this in the air fryer for 3 minutes. So these ones are done, and you can serve them just like this or brush them with more barbecue sauce, which is what I like to do. That barbecue sauce that you made with the brown sugar on the stove. And there you go. You can pretty much do this exact recipe with seitan actually, but this is like the fast track version, which we love for like weeknights or an easy like lunch. All right, so when your broccolini is ready, it will look like this. So you have the nice charred little bits of like the tree looking part, and then it'll be nice and tender. It keeps them tender and still has like that crunch when you bite into a vegetable. You know when you like overcook it in the oven, or I don't know if you steam it and it's just like kind of mushy? You don't get that with the air fryer. All right, so that's how you make ribs out of tofu in your Tautronics air fryer. You like more, you know, barbecue sauce, you can add more, you can dip it. So good. This is so good. Okay, you end up with that nice char, and we got that with the cornstarch, so you get that nice char as if it was barbecued. It's nice and crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. And the broccolini, like, it is just one of my favorite recipes. This recipe took almost no time at all, thanks to my Tautronics air fryer. And thank you so much to Tautronics air fryer for sponsoring this video today. I'm going to leave more information about them in the description box, so definitely check that out. If you like these videos where I take something and turn it into something else, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Bye!